Welcome back to another Joytoy review. In this review, we're going to be looking at the new World War II United States Army. This is a set of 5 Army troopers. Here we have the packaging that they come in. This is a new style packaging. It's kind of an upgrade from what we're traditionally used to seeing, you know, just the 3 figures. This is the larger packaging to accommodate all 5 of the figures. Here on top left we have the WWII, which is World War II, United States Army, and we have this United States star there. On the top right, Joytoy logo, and a Joytoy logo underneath of it. We have a nice window box that shows all 5 characters. Here at the bottom, you see very nice artwork of the U.S. Army troopers. Here on the side, we have that U.S. star there. World War II United States Army. Here on the bottom, we have a warning: choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. These are ages for 15 and up. These are for adult collectors. The top of the box here just basically shows the Joytoy, that nice army green. Here on the other side, we have the World War II United States Army there. We have product parameters. We have the company information. We have a UPC, if that helps you at all. And a warning for nobody under the age of 3. The back of these has that U.S. star on the back, done in all white. And there is the weapons that you can see, you know, here and there outside of the star. Here at the bottom we have a green stripe. We have the World War II United States Army at the bottom. Very nice packaging, very collector friendly if you do like keeping your collectibles in a package. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys out of here and see what we got. This is going to be a cool set. I was actually very excited to review these because, from my understanding, these have very new wrists, just engineered by Joytoy. And we're going to take a look at those. Let's hope that there's improvement. One thing great about Joytoy, you like them or not, complain about their joints, you know, like I said, nothing's perfect. They're always trying to improve on their products. So you got to give it to them. They listen to the collectors. Not saying they're doing as fast as we would like, but they are trying at least. I mean, what other company can you say that? So, getting back to our review here, this is the same sandwich style as the 3-packs, but there is a slight difference in these. We have, here's our soldiers. We have a product insert, and here is our weapons. We will take a look at the accessories here shortly. So a product insert basically just has the United States World War II on the outside. Here is some product parts, the component parts, and a photo of all the characters geared up. These are pretty awesome looking. Here is the back. We have a photo of the characters with all the weapons in front of them. We have some precautions there. Make sure you read those, and that's about it for your product insert. Now the difference in the packaging, normally we would have a piece that you would grab right here and you flip it off and you'd have access to your figures just held by friction. These are, in my opinion, a little bit more annoying because the actual piece is actually the entire piece of the bottom. So you have to separate these two here and get it to let go all the way around, which could cause a problem if you're trying to get your accessories, and you know, it could go flying everywhere. So just be careful, work your way around and get them off. See, that's just the same size as the other part, but not a big deal. I mean, but yeah, I kind of like the other way a little better. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's look at soldier number 1. I mean, these guys look great. These are very, very cool. So there's our first head sculpt here. So there's a very dark hair. Maybe we're just going to go with black hairs. Nice, just American sculpt. We have some new parts throughout here. A new harness here I haven't seen before. It was done in an olive drab color. You know, we have a lighter green. Pants are just darker. We have the bottom shin wraps here. And we have brown boots. We have some nice pouches here that are painted very nicely. Have a little black dot for the button. Some nice detailing here for the shin wraps there. Button painted there. Now the backpack looks really, really cool. It is not the peg style. It is a strap over. So that's more realistic. And it is all one piece, so you'd have to remove the entire harness here. So to remove the belt, because the straps are connected to it. So all this and these straps would come off to the backpack. If you do notice the backpack, there is very slender backpack, and it does have a handle here, which is for a spade or a shovel, whatever you want to call it, I'm assuming. So it has some nice paint wear there. We have a cantina here, painted in green with brown strap over the top of it. Very, very nicely detailed, very well painted. You know, I must say, just holding this figure in my hand and just generally looking at it, it feels good. It doesn't feel hard, stiff. It feels high quality, in my opinion. Very high quality plastic. But we'll see without. So I did take a hair dryer over this figure. When I first took it out, the joints are not as stiff as you would commonly expect. There were some there, so I didn't. In my opinion, I just went ahead. There was nothing that was stuck. I mean, I went through the joints in my QA inspection before the review for just this figure, and there was nothing stuck. The joint's a little stiff, but nothing like we're used to. It's definitely improved. The quality of plastic feels great. So far, so good on these figures. So, let's take a look at the articulation and the build. So the head is on a ball joint. What's unique about these figures is we're used to, you know, articulation here at the head, and you can remove the neck piece. On these figures, you cannot remove the neck. If you can tell, the peg ball joint goes into the top of his head, and he sits down to the top of the neck. It's like that bar barrel looking joint. So you can't remove the neck. You do not have the articulation on these figures any longer. Now, if that is that an improvement or not. For me, I kind of like these a little better because I don't see the point of removing the neck. But, you know, it doesn't really sacrifice articulation for me. I think you get some pretty nice movement on this head. I don't think this is a new style actual parts. These may be like the Hell's Grim Reapers, I believe it is, or like this, if I remember correctly. The head does rotate 360 all the way around, down, up, side to side. I like it. It does exactly what you would do. Very cool. More to me, it's more solid. I don't have to worry about it. It's not going to pop off. Shoulders, very nice. On a ball joint. We'll rotate 360. I heated these barely anything. Is a thing I do now. I do not take a chance with joints, because I noticed in the recent sets more and more joints are not coming with, replacement joints are not coming with the newer sets. So it's kind of a thing I'm doing. I hope you guys follow through. Don't have to worry about breaking your figures. It doesn't take. Just get that little factory seal blow dry them, giving them push. They feel good. There you go. 360 on the arms, like I just showed you. All the way around. Very nice. Now, the other thing is here, if I pick up this arm, I kind of get stopped right there. So that makes me want to stop. So even though I heat these fingers, so it seems like there's a little bit of tightness when you first catch this piece right here to this tab. So you can go a little further than that. Just be careful. That's why I heated it. See, I got stopped right there with my easy movement. Now I got to do a little more in there. And we're good to go. It's just tight because of that design there. Maybe the sculpting. Has not double jointed. Has a nice bendable elbow. Get you more than 90 degrees on both. Super nice, super nice. Now, let's get to the $1 million question. The new joints. So basically what we have here, instead of it being, you know, a peg and two little pieces of clamps down on the top and bottom of the peg, and then you insert it, they have now generated this piece, and there's a separate joint here. It's almost like having a ball, like if you cut off your hand and shove a ball into your arm. So that's basically what that happens, and then the hand, it rotates around the ball. So it gives you your movements. Rotates 360, and this rotates on the ball. And you just have to find your sweet spot where you're trying to get your, you know, your posability there. Very cool. Both hands are like that. There's no difference in either hand. The only difference is the, you know, the sculpting of the hand. This is more of an open hand. But it's the same principle. It just rotates around the ball. You're not losing, you know, that like this or like this on the hands. It's now you're getting full rotation. Seems you know, pretty cool in my opinion. I like it. Seems more durable. You're not getting the separation from the peg. See if I have something close. Oh, here we go. So, like I was saying, like, sphinxes to come in. That's the older style. You have the peg there, and you have the pieces come down, clamps on. So now we have the ball joint. Very nice. Very cool. That is their new wrist. Let's see how many figures those follow suit on in the future. I do know, I've heard that they're on the Paratrooper set, which we'll take a look at that here whenever it comes out. Barry does have chest articulation here. Does turn, but you'll get better range without the harness on. So he does have an ab crunch. Push back. He does have a very nice crotch. He does have the better crotch piece, I should say. So they sit 90 degrees. But you can't ask better than that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Boy, they've nailed this sitting on these guys. Now, Joytoy, if you're watching this video, there's no excuse from another set on that we don't get this articulation and the remaining of our figures. No reason. Okay, so we still have the... I should do this first. Goes out that far. Wow, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Very smooth. Feels like great materials. Here we have the thigh swivel. You might notice these pockets go past that. Don't worry. This top piece here is not connected to that piece. It's actually a space in there. You actually can spin that entire piece without turning the top piece. And you can turn that top piece if you want. Very nice. Very nice. Now we can get to the double jointed knees. Look at this. Look at that. Very sweet, right? And amazing, amazing figures. I'm not sure if you're into World War II characters, but I'm telling you what, these are some of the best Army figures I've had my hands on. Feet pivot down, pivot up, and they will rotate 360. They do side to side, all the way around if you wish. I'm not gonna mess with it. It's there if you want to. I'm not sure why you even want that, but it's there for you. Wow, A+ for these figures. No, obviously nothing's perfect, but these are awesome. These are pretty good. These are really good. The only thing that I can complain about is cosmetic. I can see the black joint in the bottom of the shoes. Kind of doesn't look like army boots. They kind of look like penny loafers because of that black there. But that's nitpick. That's just cosmetic. And also, if you kind of turn these a little too much there, you can see you get that gappage. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. Hope you guys can see that. Get the gappage there. But if you turn this small piece here inward, and then hold that and turn your leg where you want it to stand, you can't see it. When you manipulate, you will get some, maybe for posability and display purposes, you have to try to adjust this small piece, your upper leg, to get that to work out good. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because these are beautiful figures. Beautiful. So we're going to go and take a look at the other head sculpts. That is the articulation. Here we are with our second head sculpt. Now, best that I can tell, all the figures are the same, except for the head. It's different head sculpts here. So I'll do my best to show you the comparison of all 5. But this is the one we just looked at with the articulation. Now this one, for example, I didn't even heat it. I'm not going to force them. There's a little stiffness there. Just a little less stiffness there. Elbows are good. I'd heat them, but they'll bend. If you go very slow, you can get it. And they just feel good. For me, I just don't want to take the chance. But you can see how easy it was to maneuver some of these. I just want to take the hair dryer over it, break the seal, go on with my day. It takes you about 30 seconds, so a couple of minutes. Save yourself a headache. So here's 360 look at this figure. This guy has like a brown, like a lighter brown hair, shaved on the sides and on the back. Here we have the cantina, same backpack. Looking good. Here we have the third figure. Best I can tell, these are all new head sculpts. Don't remember seeing this. So we get this to focus. Just a normal haircut. Same figure, same body, just different head sculpt. So here we are with the 3 that we looked at already. Here, let's look at the fourth figure. And then here, see if I can do this or not. So we got 3 there, right? So there's our 4 Caucasian head sculpts there. All different. Looking good, right? Well, the last of our troops is an African American soldier. Here he is here. So obviously the only difference on this gentleman here is going to be the head sculpt and the color of the hands. That is a very nice head sculpt there. Kind of looks like, does it look like Terry Crews to you? Kind of does. Let's see. Oh, it's like he has a scar there. I didn't notice that. Scar there across his face, from the top of his nose down to the side of his face, just on the one side there. He is a bald, he has no hair. Okay, so that's our 5 troopers. Let's take a look at our accessories. Well, these ones, this case, this clamshell isn't like the ones with the soldiers in them. If I can talk today. These are actually half, not even half, maybe a quarter way down. They're still longer than a traditional pop-off one. This is where, you gotta be careful. Your accessories don't go flying everywhere. And we did a pretty good job. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay, we have our first weapon. So it's done in brown and black. Clip, look, right there if you can see it or not. There's actually a trigger inside there. If you guys can see that. That's amazing. That's how detailed. Now the strap goes from here to the other side. And this is like a rubbery, very soft, manipulative plastic, so you can, maybe get that gun to hang better than traditionally. If it was like a stiff plastic, it stayed like that and stuck out of your figure. But you can actually get it, if you wanted to get it to hang down closer to the figure. So that's very manipulable. You can manipulate that very well, very soft. It's like, look at that. That's very cool. So you get 1, 2, 3. You get 4 of these. And then we get a sniper rifle. It's done in the brown and the black. We have some silver touches here and there. It actually has a trigger that's way against the back of the trigger guard there. It's very small. It's actually touching the back. So let's take a comparison of this one and this one. So you only get 1 of the sniper rifles. But you can see the thickness right there. That is amazing. The only thing is, like, I'm not sure how well they're going to hold these. Got the new wrist, so, you know, I kind of find out if we don't have the handle. It's, from my experience over years, I just don't think you can get the posability. But I'm not going to judge yet because we haven't got that far. And then we have this machine gun. Black, silver wash, brown handle. We have a bipod here. Brown grip handle there. Brown stock. This does go up and down. Either a little more resistance going backwards, so I'm not going to force it at this point. But it probably does go backwards. Very nice, right? Then we have, well, let's go to this then. We have a launcher. It's done in black mold with a silver wash to show. So when you wear it, to make it look like it's metal. This is drilled out. Okay, so looks like I have. Do they actually are using tape now? So let's go ahead and get those two weapons out of there. I do not like tape because sometimes it takes off paint and leaves a stickiness, but I will not be putting that back on. So here is one of the two weapons that was taped in. Black to silver wash, 2 brown grips, brown stock. Looks amazing. Very cool. And our last of the guns, I think they have pistols, I think they do. We have this black with the silver wash on it. Okay. And then lastly, we have a baggie. Looks like we have some helmets. Some hands. Okay, let's take a look at the helmets. So that's what we get. This is one of the helmets. It looks like we get obviously 5 helmets. Let's see if I can get this in there. So we have a green army helmet. We have brown here for these. I guess those are straps. Yeah, it's hollow. Not really much to see there. And they fit perfectly. I thought they were just going to go on its head and flop around because this is basically just a circle. But when you get them on, they kind of grip down. So there we have. Let's just go back here with them. So I'm not trying to stand on the figures. But we'll run through it and see how well the helmets fit them all. I think the helmets sit kind of deep, right down over the eyes. Pretty cool. They fit pretty nice. They stay on. They're not going to flop around or fall off. Every one of them seem to be nice and snug. Even this guy has no hair, so the helmet has nothing to grip to. It fits very nicely. It's almost like a magnet. There's no magnets in it. So there's our 5 troops with their helmets on. Also in the bag, it looks like we do have 1 rocket. So obviously this is what this is for. Kind of sits right there. You can see the tip of it sticking out. And you don't have to worry about getting stuck like previous ones I've seen before. Goes in. Get the idea that it's in there. Very nice. Falls out. Nice. It looks like you do get one pistol. Wish we would have got 5, because these look awesome. Black pistol. And we have a brown grip. That's cool. I like that. Fortunately, you only get one. And then you get, well, you do get a joint. You get one shoulder joint here. You get one elbow joint. And you get one of the ankle joints. Okay, so then we get 4 hands. So I want to do a separate review for the hands. We'll take a better look at it because I'm going to spend a whole lot of time. I'll make a special for the new wrist. I do have a review for the new holsters. I'll check that out. You get an idea. I was worried about the new wrist because the holsters didn't turn out very well, in my opinion. Well, there's those. So you get those 4 hands, and then you get 4 of these. These are which goes into the hands and into the wrist. But like I said, you can check that out in my next video. So here's all the other 3 of those. So you get, so they give you these, if you break the new wrist, you have 4 joints, and you have 4 replacement hands, which is just the different style grips. So you get 1 closed fist hand. So hard to, okay, you get 2 closed fists and 2 gripping hands. So 2 closed fists and 2 of these gripping hands. They're even small now to hold on to because of the new design. So, let's see here. I want to find the guy that we did the articulation with. And then we'll take a look at holding some of the weapons. Take his hat off for now.